while being merely a shit sequel of the first film.
Yeah.
Just as it followed the same formula as all the shit sequels.
Yeah. I'd say this is probably what have we got? The Michael Bay remakes. We've got
Texas
Texas
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th. This. Has there been any other ones?
No, not that I'm aware of. I mean, as long as this isn't as bad as the Gus Van Sant remake of Psycho, because there was no point to it. And in fact, I think because it was basically a shot-for-shot remake of Psycho,
Yeah.
and the things they did change were the things they shouldn't have changed.
What, like Norman Bates jerking off? That was one of the things they added to the Psycho when he's watching her, he's masturbating, which he was doing in the original.
I really didn't pay a lot of attention to it. It didn't hold my attention at all. And my biggest gripe with that film is that although Vince Vaughn he's not an action star, but Norman Bates in the original is not exactly going to fuck you up. But Vince Vaughn's a pretty big geezer.
Yeah. You had the Amityville Horror as well, Michael Bay.
I like that.
So I'd say this is still out of Texas Chainsaw, Amityville, Friday the 13th, and this is still the worst out of all of them.
Really?
Yeah, I'd put Texas first, followed by Amityville, then Friday, then this.
I suppose that, to be honest, Texas when it comes to if you felt the need to update, Texas Chainsaw and Amityville probably needed the most updating.
Yeah.
Whereas Nightmare on Elm Street really didn't need to be touched at all. It was pretty much spot on, and I didn't see the point. I didn't actually see the point of remaking this, especially when they announced that they were going to stick as close to the source material as possible. You really do start thinking, well, why? What's the point then?
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you need to remake it? I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough. In one scene in the original, when Freddy's scraping his arms along the side of the alleyway, he's literally holding broom handles with the gloves on. But other than
there's a similar scene in this one, but where he's scraping the blades in the boiler room, and sparks are coming out, but he hasn't got stretched arms.
No, I'll probably check this out when it's on Sky. I didn't. That's the thing. As much as I love the Nightmare on Elm Street films, again, when this was announced, based on what I'd seen before from Halloween remakes, Friday the 13th, all these films being remade, because I don't feel the need to see a remake of it. Therefore, I didn't bother to check it out. Really.
Yeah, they're doing a sequel to it. They scrapped the Friday the 13th remake. He also did the Hitcher as well. I'm not sure if they're classed in the same.
I just think it comes down to as well because you had The Hills Have Eyes and The Hills Have Eyes 2 remakes.
Yeah,
You've now got The Last House on the Left remake.
Which is fucking turd.
The only film I want to see remade is The Evil Dead. And the only reason I want to see that is because I want to see Sam Raimi do another Evil Dead film. That's it. That's the only reason I want to see it remade. It doesn't need to be remade.
Yeah. Apart from The Evil Dead, what other, obviously, like 70s, 80s horror film would you like to see?
Well,
Michael Bay style.
Oh, well, not Michael Bay style, but have you seen the trailer for the DVD that's coming out, the remake of Demon Knight?
No.
Basically, a bunch of it was one of those original ones. I've seen a cut. I think I might have seen it once, and obviously you got Edward Furlong in it.
Yeah.
And a bunch of teenagers go into a house. I'm not quite sure if it's a mortuary, like a funeral parlor, an abandoned funeral parlor, like in the first one. And yeah, some demons come out. It's got Shannon Elizabeth in it, and it's like a tit gore fest. It's proper old school style, but it looks a bit like Demon Knight, the Tales from the Crypt movie. That was really good, actually. That deserves actually a talk about at some other time, because Demon Knight was a TV movie made by Tales of the Crypt, and it was better than a lot of the actual Hollywood horror films coming out around the time.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to see the Cujo remake, where
No, they'll CGI the dog.
Yeah, but I'd like to see him sort of like 28 days later. Fucking sort of dog where he's proper going for him.
Now you end up seeing Resident Evil style sort of dog.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen their remake in Fright Night?
Yeah. Someone's in that, isn't there?
Yeah, David Tennant, Doctor Who,
Oh,
as Peter Vincent.
I won't watch that then. I'm not a Tennant fan.
I'm just, again, I'm not quite sure why they're doing it.
Yeah. Alright, here's one for you. If you could, a big name director, basically give the big budget Hollywood over on a horror film.
They've just, I don't know, they've already been remade, haven't they? That's the trouble. They're just banging them out relentlessly. I'd be interested.
About Peter Jackson doing Army of Darkness.
No. Actually, I'd be interested to see what Peter Jackson would do with Brain Dead
Yeah.
today, because it would nowhere near be as gory. That's the problem. Once you get a budget, and once you're aiming at a mainstream audience, you don't get to do that kind of gore and over the topness. But even then, on Nightmare on Elm Street, one of the deaths is just that he hangs a guy. That's it.
Yeah. No, they took that scene out in this one. Basically, yeah, basically just fucking stabs him in the cell, and that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound that interesting to me. I'm not
not
really
if-
that concerned.
If it's on, say, if it's on Sky or on TV, it's worth watching just to see how much it'll annoy you, but I wouldn't spend any money on it.
I think horror films are one of those genres that if a horror film is worth remaking, i.e. it's good, then there is no point remaking it, because it's obviously it's a good film. So there is no point remaking it. And very few horror films have the need to be updated with special effects as well. So again, there's no point touching them. Even like the Hammer horror films, no point remaking. They have a charm. They have a certain look about them, which is quintessentially the studio or the director that produced, that made them. So just don't touch them. Like I said, the only reason I want to see an Evil Dead remake is just so I can see another Evil Dead film. I prefer just an Evil Dead 4.
It's gonna happen.
No, I don't know. I was hoping that once we got the little teaser from Drag Me to Hell, I was really hoping that would be followed up quite quickly with an Evil Dead film, but
Yeah.
we shall see. I think they're running out now as well. They must have Reanimator is about the only one they haven't redone yet.
I wouldn't be surprised if we had a Shining remake coming up soon.
Yeah, The Shining's been through quite a few though, hasn't it? You've had TV movies of it. Again with The Shining, is there really any point of remaking it? Because the only reason that there was a TV version of The Shining was because they felt that Kubrick left out too much stuff, and then the TV version ends up being like 3.5 hours long or something.
Yeah.
It's almost like a mini series, and it's just too boring, because the whole point of it is it's a very suspenseful kind of horror.
Yeah.
And it's hard to hold suspense over 3 hours.
We're gonna should we wrap it up now?
Yeah, just wrap it up, bud.
Do some pimping. Themoviedudes.blogspot.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes and leave us a review, please. We also got a Game Over Man. Check that out. The Twitter, Steve.
Yeah, at the Movie Dudes. Follow us on Twitter. We'll be uploading some stuff onto YouTube, so just search for the Movie Dudes on YouTube, or search for Skatepunk UK41, and you'll find some of our videos. The YouTube stuff probably coming thick and fast now.
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. We've got, again, search the Movie Dudes, and we're on there. That's a place where you'll be able to find all our videos as well, without having to search for them. Just basically come and join in on the fun that we have.
Yeah, and okay, so thanks for listening. Look out for the next episode of the Movie Dudes, which is the Matrix special. Should be coming within the next week. I just want to leave you on one thing, Steve. I don't want to know what you're gonna say about it. I'm just gonna leave it with you. But Bruce Campbell is planning the horror equivalent of the Expendables.
I'm interested.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.